Warhammer. Warhammer. Pew, pew, pew. Ah! It's almost October!
Yeah, it's always the month after September.
Bog! I am old Big Mek. This is the Red Ones Go Faster, and it is indeed almost Orktober. That's right, everybody. Welcome back to the Red Ones Go Faster. I am old Big Mek, and as one of my grots so eloquently put it, October is always the month after September, and that means it's Orktober time. So, for those of you that are unfamiliar, Orktober is the month that we celebrate everything Orky for Warhammer and 40k. I'm not sure if it started off with G-dubs themselves or one of the community things, but it's been going on for a long time now. There was a few years ago, I want to say like 2018, that G-dub, when they released all the buggies, right, the Boomdaka Snazwagon and the Scrapjet and all that, they came out in October. They had a whole bunch of Warcom articles about Orktober and stuff like that. And so it's really like gained a lot of steam. I know the 40k Orc community on Facebook, they do a whole bunch of stuff every month, you know, like painting challenges and stuff, but Orktober is like especially a thing. The Gargant challenge, so like you work on your Gargant all year. October is when we, like, you know, if you finished them, when you present it and stuff. So it's been a big deal, right? It's been a thing. And I've always kind of loved the concept of Orktober. Orcs is obviously my main army, given my channel. It's the army I've had the longest. It's the one that I've kept the most from my childhood from, things like that. And so in October of 2021, I actually touched my orc army every single day. So every single day I either built something, painted something, played a game of 40k with my orcs, did something to either enjoy my army or expand my army. And it was a whole lot of fun. And this was before I had a YouTube channel or anything like that. I was just doing it for myself. I did post video or photos like Instagram and on Facebook and stuff of my stuff as I got it done, just kind of as a, you know, sharing the celebration. And I really enjoyed it. And now that I have a YouTube channel, especially one that's Orky themed, it seemed very appropriate for Orktober to be a thing. So here's a little sneak peek. Yeah, that's right. 31 days of videos. I am doing 31 videos in a row, and every single one of them is going to be in my orc army. Which means, get strapped in, there's a lot of green stuff coming. Green being orc skin, not sculpting. I'm not good at sculpting. Anyways, yeah, so lots of orc videos coming. So this video might actually end up being the last or the second to last video without orcs in it for the next month. And yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today, is preparing for Orktober. So when I say preparing for Orktober, what exactly do I mean? Well, since these are the only armies I'm going to be touching, not those, just those, not those, just those. Since these are the only armies I'm going to be touching, I need to make sure all this stuff is out of the way, and I'm prepared to concentrate on the orcs. So the largest army I have to deal with kind of is my Imperial Guard. They've been my secondary main army for a couple of years now. I've played a couple of games with them. I've actually gotten quite a bit painted on them and quite a bit built and undercoated. I'm still working on building some more though, but I really need to get these to where they need to be so that I can put them away for the next month. Unfortunately, where they need to be is a little hard. All of this is for them. So is all of this, and that, and this. That's still sealed. All of that's still in there. All those Lehman Russes, the Chimera, the heavy weapons teams. Ugh. And that's not all. I have multiple armies, obviously, and I have a couple I actually need to get rid of. So this is one of them. This is a Firstborn Space Marine army. You guys saw me work on this a little bit with some of my rescuing used miniatures videos. Most of these came as job lots from Mindtaker Miniatures, which I'll have a link in the description below. If you haven't seen that video, go and watch it. They are my friendly local hobby store, and they specialize in used miniatures. You trade in your old stuff and you get store credit to buy new stuff or money. And yeah, so I bought a lot of used lots and bought a bits and made an army kind of just for fun. It ended up being Blood Angels. Here it is. And it's time to let it go. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I'm not a Blood Angels person. I've decided I don't like painting them. And I don't need a Firstborn army when I have a Primaris army. So this army will actually be on eBay right now. It's all out, set up like this so that I can take photographs of it. So I will link that auction in the description below as well. I am selling them no reserve. So if you want yourself a really cool Firstborn Blood Angels army with the Space Marine heroes, the older Mark armored Horus Heresy style, and stuff like that, hit up my eBay. I also have, and I don't want to admit this, but too many orcs. I'm talking things that I have more than 4 of, or more than 9 of, or more than 18 of, that you can't even use because there's not multiple detachments anymore. And just an in generalness of projects absolutely scattered everywhere that are, well, not orky. So, well, what does all of that mean? Well, it means for me personally, I'm going to be spending the next couple of days just clearing off my desk of any, pending projects, putting things back away with the other armies, getting them off of the display shelves and things like that, so that my workspace is clear and my headspace is clear and I'm ready to build and paint some greenskins. It also means I'm doing a lot of planning. Believe it or not, 31 video ideas are hard to come up with. I have a pretty good number, but not all 31. Not that orcs can count that high, but you know what I mean. So if you have any ideas of videos you'd like to see, please put them in the comments below, and I'd be happy to do anything that is orc related that would make an awesome video over the month of Orktober. I can share a couple of the ideas I've got, some spoilers. So I do have a Gazgul Thraka, both my OG Metal 2nd Edition one and the new one. And I recently stripped all the paint off my OG one, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of build the new Gazgul and paint both of them together. I've got all of the buggies, so all of the different orc buggies that have come out. I thought it'd be fun to actually dedicate a video to each of them, because I've only got 2 that are actually built and painted. That would be the Shock Jump Dragsta and the Custom Booster Blasta. So I gotta build and paint the other 3. So I thought that could be fun to do a buggy thing and stuff like that. So just if there's anything you want to see, whether it's building, converting, list building, tactics, painting, whatever, let me know. Yeah, so I would super appreciate that kind of feedback. And then the other thing it means is, as I said on my Blood Angels army, I am actually selling some stuff. So I do have too much Warhammer at the moment, not like in a bad way, but just in my tastes have changed. There are armies that I'm not as interested anymore. There are things that I did as a hobby project for something to paint to cleanse my painting palette. And now that that's over, I don't have a use for them. So away they go. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go through that. And then, like I said, I do have a lot of extra stuff on the orcs. So little history lesson, back in the day in 8th edition, you could have, or 9th edition? Both editions, probably both editions. You could have multiple detachments, and each detachment was like the old, where you had the 6 troops and, the headquarters and all that. You could take multiples of those, right? And then you would just add the detachments together. So there really wasn't a limit to the number of things you could take. Now you only take 1 detachment, but you could take 3 of everything except for a named character and 6 of every battle line. Well, let's see, 20 orcs is the most orcs you can have in a squad. 6 times 2 is a lot. So yeah, if I have more than 120 boys, do I really need them? I'm sitting on 300. So maybe thin those out a little bit, but more things like war bosses. I've got 5 war bosses. You can't use 5 war bosses, and especially when some of them are literally the exact same sculpt and I hadn't converted them or done anything with them. So yeah, so I am going to be selling some lots on eBay. Like I said, there'll be a link in the description so that you can check those out and bid and buy on any of old Big Mek's old Warhammer. I do have a lot of things that I traded into Mindtaker. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, they're my friendly local hobby store. I did a whole video on them that's pretty popular. And they've got a special discount code that they're running through the rest of this month, through September. So once Orktober hits, I think the code's not going to be any good anymore. So yeah, if you're seeing this before Orktober 1st, mindtakerminiatures.com, buy some used stuff. The code is GOESFASTER5, GOESFASTER 5. You get 5% off your whole order there. So those are the different ways that we are cleaning up, getting things out of here, and getting prepped for Orktober. So Let me know if you plan on celebrating too. Let me know if you're going to watch. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm really pumped about this. It's a ton of work. I've actually done, like I said, quite a bit of planning, getting some like B-roll shots ready, buying new equipment and stuff for the channel. Really, like, we're going at this all in hardcore. This is the big wah. So if you're into the orcs, man, stick with me for the next month because Orktober is going to be off the hook. So yeah, until next time, this has been old Big Mek, and walk on!